Able to everybody?
Yeah.
Okay. So good. You can all see me and hear me, right? Wonderful. So I would love each one of you to be on the camera so that it looks interactive, and it is more important that you are completely here. Not only just hearing me, you're participating mentally, physically, and emotionally. Because today we are going to discuss lot more things. Okay. So, okay, what happened, Jayashree ma'am? Okay. So here we all have a lot of questions when it comes to fitness journey, right? Yeah, we all have. So there are multiple reasons that we all start with the fitness journey in the first place. See, I have started my fitness journey for the reason that I want to be happy in life, right? Yeah, but then it
Absolutely.
may be different for different people. Okay, so it's absolutely fine to have different reasons for each one of us, right? So however, what I have come across in my experience of 20 plus years is that, few want to lose weight and few want to tone down, few want to have a, a firm body, and then few want to build muscle strength. Yeah, so and few of them want to have better stamina, right? Each one of you are right here. Yeah.
Yeah.
So when that is the case, what is really happening is we have a same thing going on here, right? So you might feel that, okay, I'm so confused, ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಸೊ ನನಗೆ ತುಂಬಾ ಕನ್ಫ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, ಯಾಕೆಂದ್ರೆ ನನ್ ಗೋಲ್ ಇರೋದು ವೆಯ್ಟ್ ಲಾಸ್, ಅಥವಾ ನನ್ ಗೋಲ್ ಇರೋದು ಫರ್ಮ್ ವೆಯ್ಟ್ನೆಸ್, ಫರ್ಮ್ ಬಾಡಿ, ಅಥವಾ ನನ್ ಗೋಲ್ ಇರೋದು ನನ್ ಬಾಡಿಗೆ ಏಕ್ಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಪೇನ್ಸ್ ಆಗ್ಬಾರ್ದು, ನನ್ಗೆ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ ಪೇನ್ ಇದೆ, ನೀ ಪೇನ್ ಇದೆ, ವಾಟ್ ಎವರ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ ಇಸ್. ಓಕೆ, so here what really matters is that, whatever your goal is, here we have created a completely holistic program, fitness journey, so that it works on your muscle strength, it works on your fat loss, it works on your, mindset as well. Okay, so I'm sure being part of this program for multiple months, there are few who are brand new for the programs itself. I understand. So now, why is all aspects important when my goal is only to lose weight? Yeah. So this is something that I constantly hear from people, and many people also, feel that ನನಗೆ ಸಣ್ಣ ಆದ್ರೆ ಸಾಕು, ಸೊ ನಾನು ಯಾಕೆ ಇಷ್ಟೆಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು? Yeah, many of us have that question, ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಸೊ ನಾನ್ ಸಣ್ಣ ಆಗ್ಬೇಕಾರೆ ನಾನು ಏನ್ ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ ಅಥವಾ ನಾನ್ ಏನ್ ತಿಂತೀನಿ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಎಷ್ಟು ಮುಖ್ಯ. Do you all agree? Yeah. So let me reframe our needs first thing. ಈಗ ನಾನು ಸಣ್ಣ ಆಗ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ it is not about the weight loss. See, we are focusing on the fat loss only. ಓಕೆನಾ? ಸೊ ಈಗ weight loss ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನಾಗತ್ತೆ? Weight loss can be your fat loss, it can be your muscle loss, it can be your strength loss, it can be your water loss, it can be your, all the vitals, right? So we can lose body weight for multiple reasons. Okay, so I keep telling people, ನಿಮಗೆ ವೆಯ್ಟ್ ಲಾಸ್ ಆಗಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನೀವು 3 ದಿನ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ನೀರ್ ಕುಡಿಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ 2 kg ವೆಯ್ಟ್ ಲಾಸ್ ಆಗತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಆದ್ರೆ ನಾನು 3 ದಿನ ನೀರ್ ಕುಡಿಯಲ್ಲ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಉಳಿದಿದ್ದ ದಿನ ನಾನು ನೀರ್ ಕುಡಿಬೇಕಾ ಬೇಡ್ವಾ? ಎಸ್ ಓ ನೋ?
Yeah.
Okay, so then is my goal fat loss or a weight loss? Yeah, so we all
Yeah.
need something more sustainable than just looking at that one number. Yeah, so
Absolutely.
it is very important that, whatever we practice, ನಾವು ಪ್ರತಿದಿನ ಮಾಡೋದನ್ನ, ಅಥವಾ ನಾವ್ ಏನಾದ್ರೂ ಒಂದು ಗೋಲ್ ಸೆಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಈಗ ವೆಯ್ಟ್ ಲಾಸ್ ಜರ್ನಿಗೆ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದೀವಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಆ ವೇಟ್ ಲಾಸ್ ಜರ್ನಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ನನ್ನ ಗೋಲು ಸಸ್ಟೈನಬಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಅಚೀವ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾಗಿರತ್ತಾ, ಅಥವಾ ಇಲ್ಲ ನನ್ಗೆ ಈಗ ಸದ್ಯಕ್ಕೆ ಟೆಂಪ್ರರಿ ಆಗಿ ವೇಟ್ ವೇಯಿಂಗ್ ಸ್ಕೇಲ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಂಗೆ ಆ ನಂಬರ್ ಹಿಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಸಾಕು, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಓಕೆ ಟು ಗೋ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್. ಫಾರ್ ದೋಸ್ ಕೈಂಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಪೀಪಲ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಆಲ್ ದಿಸ್ ಶಾರ್ಟ್ ಕಟ್ಸ್ ಆರ್. ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನಾಗತ್ತೆ, ನಾನು ಲೈಫ್ ಲಾಂಗ್ ನೀರ್ ಕುಡಿದೇ ಇರಕ್ಕಾಗತ್ತಾ? ಚಾನ್ಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಲ್ಲ.
ಚಾನ್ಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲ.
ನಾನ್ ಲೈಫ್ ಲಾಂಗ್ ಊಟ ಮಾಡದೇ ಇರಕ್ಕಾಗತ್ತಾ? If that was possible, I'm sure half of the world would be floating in the air. Alva? Because they would stay hungry and then they would look slim. But then practically that is not doable for any one of us. So, hೀಗ ಏನು basically what I'm trying to bring out or bring your awareness to is that, you know, how many aspects of our life, ಸೊ ನಮ್ಮ ಜೀವನದ ಬೇರೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಆಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್ಸು ಹೇಗೆ ನನ್ನ ಕ್ವಾಲಿಟಿ ಆಫ್ ಫಿಟ್ನೆಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಮೇಲೆ ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಫ್ಯಾಟ್ ಲಾಸ್ ಆರ್ ವಾಟ್ ಎವರ್ ಯು ವಾಂಟ್ ಟು ಸ್ಟೇ ಆರ್ call it a holistic fitness is not just decided on one thing in the life. So there are multiple aspects that define you as a human being, as a fit person. ಈಗ ಒಂದು ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿ ಫಿಟ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ವಾಟ್ ದೇರ್ ರೊಟೀನ್, ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಮಚ್ ಮೋರ್ ಬಿಯಾಂಡ್ ದಟ್. Yeah, and it is not just about looking slim or looking thin. It is much more beyond that. So ಈಗ ನಾನು 20 ವರ್ಷ ಆಲ್ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ 40-year ಲೈಫಲ್ಲಿ ಐ ವಾಸ್ ಆಲ್ವೇಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಸ್ಕಿನ್ನಿ. ಡಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಮೀನ್ ದಟ್ ನಾನು ಅದನ್ನ ಅಚೀವ್, ನಾನು ಫಿಟ್ನೆಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಲೈಫಲ್ಲಿ ಅಚೀವ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀನ? ನೋ, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಐ ರಿಯಲೈಸ್ ದಟ್ ಐ ಹ್ಯಾಡ್ ಝೀರೋ ಸ್ಟಾಮಿನಾ. ನನಗೆ ದಿನದಲ್ಲಿ ಬೆಳಗ್ಗೆಯಿಂದ ರಾತ್ರಿವರೆಗೂ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡೋಷ್ಟೊತ್ತಿಗೆ ಸುಸ್ತಾಗ್ತಾ ಇತ್ತು. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ವೆನ್ ಐ ರಿಯಲೈಸ್ಡ್, ಯು ನೋ, ಫಿಟ್ನೆಸ್ is not just about staying size 0. How many of you agree? Yeah, you can raise your hand and then confirm. Okay, wonderful. So now we all understand that staying, you know, being size 0 is not the goal of fitness. Alva? So what other aspects play a role in staying fit? Because it's equally important that you have enough energy to work happily from morning till night and fulfill all your duties. Alva? So as a woman, we all wear multiple hats. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಾನು ಒಂದು ತಾಯಿ ಕೂಡ, ಒಂದು ಹೆಂಡತಿ, ಒಂದು ಸೊಸೆ, ಒಂದು ಮಗಳು, ಅಲ್ವಾ? ದೆನ್ ಐ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಹ್ಯಾವ್, ವಿ ಆಲ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಅ ಪ್ರೊಫೆಷನಲ್ ಲೈಫ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ. ಸೊ ಈಗ ನಾನು ಸ್ಲಿಮ್ ಆಗಿರೋದು ಒಂದೇ ಗೋಲ್ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬೆಳಗ್ಗೆಯಿಂದ ಸಾಯಂಕಾಲವರೆಗೂ ನನ್ನ ಕೆಲಸ ನಾನು ಮಾಡಕ್ಕಾಗಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, am I really capable of calling myself fit? ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಲ್ಲ. So then there is something lacking in my life. So that is what I was going through. So ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ I started my journey of realization that when I can call myself fit. So that is when I realized, you know, how important is lot of other aspects in the life. So which I wrote it in my, Amazon bestseller book. Can you all see that? Holistic Happy You. You know, 15, 15 powerful daily practices, you know, which can create a healthy and happy life. So today we are going to understand some of the very important aspects of a fitness journey. Okay, so ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಜನಕ್ಕೆ ಈಗ being in the process you have understood that, you know, fitness is not just about the weight, it is about 80% mindset ಅಂತ ಎಷ್ಟು ಜನಕ್ಕೆ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗಿದೆ? Yeah, because it is not just about how, you know, it's not just about how you're looking at yourself. It is also about how you're feeling yourself. So, my goal of fitness journey is not just about bringing you to size zero, it is also about bringing you to feel good about yourself. ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಸೊ ನಾನು ನನ್ನ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಫೀಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಾನು ಯಾವ ಸೈಜು ಯಾವ ಶೇಪು ಯಾವ ಕಲರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ರೇನು ಐ ಆಮ್ ನಾಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪಿ ಇನ್ ಲೈಫ್. ಡು ಯು ಆಲ್ ಅಗ್ರಿ? ಯಾ. ಸೊ ಹಾಗಿರುವಾಗ ವಾಟ್ ಆಲ್ ಐ ನೀಡ್ ಟು ಡೂ to achieve that goal of staying fit and staying healthy? Okay, so here I would like to bring out four very important aspects which really help us to be through this journey. So ಮೊದಲನೆಯದು ನಮ್ಮ, what is that? What is the first thing? Anybody else? Anybody can guess it? Yeah. So
Early rising.
yeah, wonderful. Okay, anybody else? Yeah. So first aspect of fitness journey is our diet, people. Diet. So without diet, you know, we will all be slogging. ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಸೊ ನಾನು 2 ಅವರ್ ಜಿಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಬಕೆಟ್ ಸ್ವೆಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದೆ, ಆದ್ರೆ ನನ್ನ ಬಾಡಿ 1 ಇಂಚ್ ಕರಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಹೌ ಮೆನಿ ಆಫ್ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಸಿ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೀರಿಯನ್ಸ್ ದಿಸ್? ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಸೊ ವಾಟ್ ರಿಯಲಿ ಹ್ಯಾಪನ್ಸ್ ಇಸ್ ದಟ್ ನಾನು ಡಯಟ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ವರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಾನು ಎಷ್ಟೇ ವರ್ಕೌಟು, ಎಷ್ಟೇ ಸ್ವೆಟ್ಟು, ಎಷ್ಟೇ ಹಾರ್ಡ್ ವರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೇನು ಐ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ನಾಟ್ ಸಿ ದ ರಿಸಲ್ಟ್ಸ್. ಐ ಆಮ್ ನಾಟ್ ಟಾಕಿಂಗ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ your weight loss. I'm only talking about your fat loss. Okay, please remember when I say fitness, it is holistically that I'm always talking about. That is you feeling, well about yourself, and you feeling good about yourself, and you are happy and loving yourself, more importantly, because until unless I love myself, there is nothing that I do for myself lovingly. ಸೊ ನಾನು ನನ್ನನ್ನ ಪ್ರೀತಿಸ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಾನು ನನಗೋಸ್ಕರ ಪ್ರೀತಿಯಿಂದ ಏನು ಮಾಡಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ನಾವೆಲ್ಲ ಏನ್ ಅಭ್ಯಾಸ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿದೀವಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ಪ್ರೀತಿಯಿಂದ ಬೇರೆಯವ್ರಿಗೆ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ. ಹೌದು ಇಲ್ವೋ? ಆದ್ರೆ ನನಗೋಸ್ಕರ ನನ್ ಪ್ರೀತಿಯಿಂದ ಮಾಡೋಕೆ ನಾನು ಕಲಿಬೇಕಾಗತ್ತೆ. Yeah, and that's the hardest thing to do, I'll tell you people, because that's the most difficult thing to do. ನಮಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ ನಾನು ಬೇರೆಯವ್ರಿಗೋಸ್ಕರ ಏನೆಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡಕ್ ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ. ಆದ್ರೆ ನಾನು ನನಗೋಸ್ಕರ ಮಾಡಕ್ ಏನ್ ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ನಾವು ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕಾಗಿದೆ. Yeah, so when we try and do things for other people, we are very proud of ourselves. ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಓ ನಾನು ಅವ್ರಿಗೋಸ್ಕರ ಅದ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟೆ, ನಾನು ಹೌದು ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್. ಆದ್ರೆ ನನ್ಗೋಸ್ಕರ ನಾನು ಏನ್ ಮಾಡದೆ ಅಂತ ನಾನು ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಬಿಗ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಮಾರ್ಕ್. ಓ ನನ್ಗೋಸ್ಕರ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕಾ ಅಂತ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಕೇಳುವಂತ ಪರಿಸ್ಥಿತಿ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದೆ ನಮ್ಗೆಲ್ಲ. ಎಸೋನು. So today we will understand how diet plays a very important role in our fitness journey. Yeah, good to go? Wonderful. Okay, give me a minute. Can you all see my screen? Can one of you confirm, please?
Yeah,
we can
we
say.
can, we can.
Okay. So, can you all see this slide where I'm showing if I want to gain weight, then I need to, focus on these 3 aspects. That is, our carb intake, my protein intake, and my fat intake. Okay, so when that is the case, how much I need to be eating, portions, in terms of portions, when I want to gain weight, then I need to be focusing on 50 to 60% of carbs and protein of 30 to 35%. And then when it comes to fat, it needs to be 10 to 25%. So when I want to retain the existing weight, so then I have to eat 30 to 50% of the carbs and protein of 25 to 35% and fat of 25 to 35%. Okay, so let's see what I need to do if I have to lose the existing stored fat. So then protein is something which plays a huge role. Okay, that is 40 to 50% of protein I need to consume, and then I need to consume 30 to 40% of fat, and then I have to cut on my carbs at 10 to 20%. Okay, so all the more, you know all the more, what is important is I am giving you these ideas just to get a gist of what all plays a role in our life. Okay, in terms of diet. So there is something also called that. Okay, give me. So does it mean that, okay, I need to just focus on these things and measure them, count them at all? No, because it's practically not possible. When I'm saying fat, what kind of fat, that a healthy fat that I need to consume? What are the contents which really have healthy fat? And when it comes to carbs, what are the healthy carbs that I need to eat? And what all is the form that is available? What are the vegetables or grains that give us healthy protein? So, all these aspects play a very, very important role. So, can we really see? Am I recommending you to consume only calories, by counting your calories? No, because I practically doesn't believe in counting your calories, because when you're counting your calories, there's a lot of aspects which get lost in the process. Yeah, because we are just running the race of number. We are missing on the aspect that, what is the best. Yeah, so because when you're making a choice, you are not just going behind the number. You have to consider all the other aspects of the same thing, right? Yeah. So there's also something that I need you to understand when I'm saying the carbs, protein, and fat. Can you see my slide?
Yes.
S- Okay. Are you guys able to see it?
No.
No? Does it come? Not come? Now?
Yeah, no. No, it's okay.
Yeah, now we are getting a screen.
Okay. Can you see now?
We are getting the same screen last what we saw.
Okay, it'll come. Now, I think it'll take some time. Okay, so if you're not able to see the screen, it's absolutely fine. So what really matters is that, it also matters the vitamins and minerals. Because when we are focusing on the macronutrients like protein, carbs, and fat, we cannot miss on the aspect of vitamins and minerals. Yeah, so they also play a huge role. So when I see multiple people, you know measuring their calories and eating it, they are missing on these vitamins and minerals. Okay, if they're not having a good balance between micronutrients and macronutrients, then whatever circus you do with your life, you still struggle. Yeah. So what are the vitamins that we need? We need B1 to B12. Yeah. B1, B2, B3. So that continues till B12. And then there is also something called vitamin A, K, E, D, C. Yeah. So these are the very, very important vitamins that I've listed, very much needed for our body, organs, bones, muscles, brain, everything. So then there are also something called minerals, which we need in very, very less quantity. However, it is equally important for all of us. So those are iron, which helps us in formation of hemoglobin. Then we need zinc to avoid hair loss or for having a healthy hair and glowing skin, right? So then we need our potassium, chlorine, nitrates, everything, magnesium. Yeah. So these are some of the very, very important micronutrients that we need to be focusing on. So why am I talking about all this? You know, when I'm saying that, when we are believing that okay, fitness means ನಾನು ಹೋಗಿ ವರ್ಕೌಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ನಾನು ಸ್ಲಿಮ್ ಆಗ್ಬಿಡ್ತೀನಿ. Yes or no? However, it doesn't happen so, because I'm missing the very important aspect, that is our diet. If I'm sweating for the whole day in the gym, I'm not managing these macronutrients and micronutrients in my lifestyle, then I end up getting zero results, people. So it is not that I'm short, I'm eating my macronutrients well, but then I'm ignoring my micronutrients. Then what is the role these micronutrients play in our life? Because ನಾನು ಹೆಲ್ದಿ ಫ್ಯಾಟ್ ತಿಂದ್ರೇನು, ನಾನು ಹೆಲ್ದಿ ಪ್ರೋಟೀನ್ ತಿಂದ್ರೇನು, ನಾನು ಹೆಲ್ದಿ ಕಾಪ್ ತಿಂದ್ರೇನು, ಅದು ನನ್ನ ಬಾಡಿಗೆ ಅಬ್ಸಾರ್ಪ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡಿ ನನಗೆ ಸಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಐ ನೀಡ್ ಟು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಅ ಪರ್ಫೆಕ್ಟ್ ಪೋರ್ಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಮೈಕ್ರೋನ್ಯೂಟ್ರಿಯೆಂಟ್ಸ್. ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಆ ಅಬ್ಸಾರ್ಪ್ಷನ್ ಇಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪನಿಂಗ್. ಸೊ ನಾನು ಇಂಟೆಕ್ ತಗೋತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ, ಅಬ್ಸಾರ್ಪ್ಷನ್ ಆಗದೆ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಕ್ರೀಟ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಸೊ ಅವಾಗ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಐ ಆಮ್ ಫಾಲಿಂಗ್ ಸಿಕ್. ನನ್ನ ಇಮ್ಯುನಿಟಿ ಡ್ರಾಪ್ ಆಗತ್ತೆ, ನನ್ನ ಸ್ಟ್ರೆಂತ್ ಡ್ರಾಪ್ ಆಗತ್ತೆ, ಮೈ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಡ್ರಾಪ್ ಆಗತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ದೀಸ್ ಆರ್ ವೆರಿ ವೆರಿ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಆಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್ಸ್ ದಟ್ ವಿ ಆಲ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಕೀಪ್ ಇನ್ ಮೈಂಡ್. ಓಕೆನಾ? ಅದು ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಆಲ್ ದಟ್ ವಿ ಡೂ shows very little result. Okay, so I either go malnourished or I end up facing more complications in my health. So this is these are very, very important that we will discuss more in detail in our coming webinars, because it's not a topic that can be completed in 1 hour. Okay. However, today I want to give you more glimpse of our fitness journey, because we keep asking many questions. Oh, ನಾನು ಇಷ್ಟು ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟೆ ನನಗೆ ವೆಯ್ಟ್ ಲಾಸ್ ಆಗ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ, ನಾನು ಇಷ್ಟು ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟೆ ನಾನು ಸ್ಲಿಮ್ ಆಗ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ, ನಾನು ಇಷ್ಟು ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟೆ ನನಗೆ ಹೆಲ್ತ್ ಕಾಣಿಸ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ, XYZ. Yeah, these are the common questions that I come across. Okay, so this is very little of our diet aspect. Okay, is everybody clear? I understand. You might be having a lot of questions. I'll come to it in the end. Okay, so this is very important aspect of diet. Okay, good to go. Yeah. So what is the next important aspect? What is the next important aspect after diet? So our mindset, because having the right mindset is very, very important for me to go through the fitness journey. Because ನಾನು ಹೆಲ್ದಿ ಆಗಿ ಫಿಟ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದೀನಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ it is not just about what I do, it is also about what mindset I carry. So if you look at a person, you know how fit they are ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅವ್ರು ಬರೀ ಜಿಮ್ಮಿಗೆ ಹೋಗಿ ಫಿಟ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಅಲ್ಲ. It is lot more other aspects play a lot of role. So ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ ಮೈಂಡ್ ಸೆಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ತುಂಬಾ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್? Okay, so now in the mindset, Let me share the screen for you. Can you all see my slide?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So we constantly have a mindset that, oh, ನಾನು ಎಷ್ಟು ದಿನ ಆದ್ರೂ ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಸ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ ಕಷ್ಟ ನನಗೆ. ನಾನು ಒಂದು ದಿನ 5 ಗಂಟೆಗೆ ಎದ್ರೆ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ 3 ದಿನಕ್ಕೆ ನಾನು ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಸ್ಟಾಪ್ getting up because ನನಗೆ ಡಿಸಿಪ್ಲಿನ್ ಬರಲ್ಲ. That is one kind of a mindset that we all go with because of our old practices, because of our old experiences. Alva? So when it comes to mindset, if you want to get new results, then it is very important that you develop a new mindset. So for that, I will give you a simple example. Oh, I have never stayed consistent for more than 2 weeks or more for more than 1 week. So now what really happens is I'm still clinging on to my old mindset that I am not capable enough to sustain with my journey, fitness journey, or any practices for that matter. So then what I need to work on is how important is my mindset so that I can be consistent. Andre, if I'm saying to myself, ನಾನು ಇಷ್ಟು ದಿನ ತಪ್ಪು ಮಾಡಿದೆ ಅಥವಾ ನಾನು ಇಷ್ಟು ದಿನ ಕನ್ಸಿಸ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಆಗ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ, ಆದ್ರೆ from now on I'm going to be very consistent. So that is where I'm bringing a new mindset and I will end up getting a new result. Do you all see that happening? Do you all see that happening? Wonderful.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wonderful. So now, what is the other aspect that is important? See, in the mindset, what we see, that is result is only tip of the iceberg. Andre, ನನ್ಗೇನಾದ್ರೂ success ಸಿಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, whether it is life or fitness journey, because our life is completely related to fitness journey. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಾನು ಫಿಟ್ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ the same way I am, it is impacting my life also, right? Okay, so here what is really important is how the result that you're getting is only because of the effort of 75% in your mindset. ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಈ 75% ಮೇಲೆ ನಾನು ವರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ವಾಟ್ ಐ ಸಿ is only, ಬುದ್ಧಿ. We feel that ನನಗೆ ನಾಲೆಜ್ ಇದೆ, ಸೊ ಐ ನೋ ಇಟ್ ಆಲ್ ಅನ್ನೋ ಆಟಿಟ್ಯೂಡ್ ನಮ್ಗೆಲ್ಲ ಇದೆ. Okay, so when I know the knowledge, it is only tip of the iceberg. So what is that tip of the iceberg is only 25%, right? So what is the rest of the 75% that we all need to practice to implement in our daily life is our willingness. That is ಮನಸ್ಸು ಇರಬೇಕು. ನನ್ಗೆ ಬುದ್ಧಿ ಮಾತ್ರ ಇದ್ರೆ ಸಾಕಾಗಲ್ಲ, ನನ್ಗೆ ಆ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನೋ ಮನಸ್ಸು ಬರಬೇಕು. So that is what plays a role in rest of the 75%. So is that good enough? No, there's also something called emotional stability, ahankara. So that I have to practice. So not only willingness plays a 25% and emotional stability plays a 25%. And what is the rest of the 25%? Ability to act, that is chitta. So buddhi, manassu, chitta, ahankara ಎಲ್ಲಾದ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ನಾನು ವರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ that is when I will be seeing success. Okay, if I'm not working on all these aspects, then whatever knowledge I know, yeah, so that is only 10% of it. Sorry, 25% of it. So can you all relate to this? Yeah, we all knew
Oh,
ನಾನು ಫಿಟ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಾನು XYZ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ. ಆದ್ರೆ did that give a success for us? No, because the rest of the 75% that is under the snow is missing. So until unless I realize that I act, I have the willingness and I take the actions, then all the tip of the iceberg is of no use. It didn't help us. It didn't take us anywhere. Right? Do you all agree? So we will go in detail with the mindset when we do our next webinar. So far so good. Yeah, everybody clear? Yeah, wonderful. So what are the other aspects that are needed? What are the other aspects that are needed? So we will go to that. So now we have understood how our diet plays a major role, how our mindset plays a major role, and the next thing is being physically active. We all feel that, ನಾನು ಜಿಮ್ಮಿಗೆ ಹೋಗಿ ವರ್ಕೌಟ್ ಮಾಡಿಬಿಟ್ರೆ ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿಕಮ್ ಫಿಟ್. ನಾನು ಬೆಳಿಗ್ಗೆ ಎದ್ದು 1 hour ವರ್ಕೌಟ್ ಮಾಡಿಬಿಟ್ರೆ ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಸ್ಟೇ ಫಿಟ್. Yeah. So I want to break that myth. So now let me ask you this question, people. Let me ask you this question. Can you let me know when you see my slide? Okay. Yeah. Can you all see the slide?
Yeah.
Okay. So can one of you read the question?
Physical activity versus workout.
Wonderful. Thank you. So now, so what is important to you, according to you, in between these two? So is physical activity important or is it workout that's important?
Both.
Both. Wonderful. So we constantly see that people feel, ನಾನು ವರ್ಕೌಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀನಿ ಬೆಳಗ್ಗೆ 1 hour, then whole day I will sit because I have done my work for the day. Alva? So then what is really important is I need to keep myself active through the day so that I continue to, you know, keep myself fit. ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಬಾಡಿ ಸರ್ಕ್ಯುಲೇಷನ್ ಡ್ರಾಪ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. I start, you know, not creating that muscle movement. If I'm not having the muscle movement, then the blood circulation doesn't happen. If the blood circulation is not happening properly, then there is, you know, lack of effort in burning the calories. Okay, so it is very important that you practice. Of course, workout is important. I'm not saying you don't have to work out. It is not overdoing any of it. Okay, we are not professional or we are not into, high intense workout where we can continue to work out for the whole day, right? It is not possible. However, we can continue to keep ourselves active physically. So that is the reason I practice every day walking 10,000 steps, which really helps me to keep myself physically active through the day. ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, wow, I have done my workout and I'll stick to my chair for the whole day because I have no other goal set, right? So when I set a goal of 10,000 steps, then what really happens is I am constantly pushing myself to stay active. Yeah. Otherwise, we don't have a motivation or we don't have a reason, or we also don't know how active I have stayed through the day. Yeah. So we will get to understand these differences between physical activity and what is called as workout, which every day anyway you people are doing workout. So now I want to throw more light on why physical activity is more important. Okay. So now everyone agrees about importance of physical activity and the workout. Yeah. So
Yeah,
it is
yeah.
equally important that we get a good balance between these two so that I can remain fit and achieve a healthy fat loss. Okay, and it needs to be sustainable. That is the key. If I'm not sustaining whatever I'm achieving, then whatever hard work which is played in that is of no good use, because we can go back to same number within no time. And what is the very, very important aspect of a fitness journey? Any guesses? There's one more, which I feel plays a major role. And I've seen, people going through this process. Any guesses? You're guessing.
Mm, diet portions. No,
That's
that is
already
already told.
discussed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I'll give it out. So it is our emotions, people. And we are
Mm,
very clueless about our emotion playing a role. You know, see, we constantly feel that, ನಾನು ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ತಿಂತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ, ನಾನು ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ವರ್ಕೌಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ, ಐ ಆಮ್ ಫಿಸಿಕಲಿ ಆಕ್ಟಿವ್. Then why is that I am not able to lose fat? This is something that I have seen people and I have helped multiple people go through this process because they are unaware, they are clueless. about how emotions play a role in a person's life. Because, see, being in the therapy and being in the life coaching, I have helped thousands of people, and each one responds differently for the same emotion. Okay, if some people are depressed, what they end up is, some end up overeating, and then they gain loads of fat. And there is also couple of people who starve themselves and become so thin and unhealthy. Okay, I've seen people who are constantly going through stress can lose weight, can gain weight. So a same emotion can play multiple results, because I was the victim of constantly going through the stress and losing weight. So I was always size zero. Does it mean it was healthy for me? No, because I didn't know how to manage my life stress. So when I see people who are, very skinny and hardly any muscle in their body, they're always very skeletal. So ನಾಯಿ ಹೊಡಿಯೋ ಕೋಲ್ ತರ ಇದೆಯಾ ಅಂತ ಎಷ್ಟು ಜನ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರಲ್ವಾ? Have you seen such people? I was one of them. Okay, because I had no muscle, no fat, only bone I had. So
Hmm.
was it healthy? So staying thin is not, you know, anyway related to how healthy you are. Because what really plays a role is how much is your muscle mass. Because if you have zero muscle mass, then you have no stamina, no energy, and not fit. Okay, so it is very important that you focus on your muscle gain. Okay, so what really I want each one of you to focus is that how emotions play a role. I will display a very important slide for each one of you here. I don't know how many of you are, come across
Okay.
this. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
can you see my?
Emotions can break you. Yeah.
Yeah. So emotions can also make you and emotions can also break you. I completely
Yeah.
agree with you, Jayshree madam, because see,
Yeah.
we are clueless about what really happens. Can you all see my
Yeah.
slide? Yeah?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So now, okay. So what you see is how emotions play a role in every human's life. However, I'm not saying this is the only way it plays, because there can be, different way each person can respond to the same emotion, as I said. So if you're angry or constantly feeling that agitation, then your only upper body is on the fire all the time. So then you end up having heart problems, and you end up having, health issues like, migraine or shoulder pains, kind of a thing. So I will say, if you are constantly in the happiness mode, look at the difference. Your whole body has the same energy, right? So just look at the depression. Yeah, can you all see the picture here? So when you are constantly going through a depression, then your whole body is frozen. So you
Blue.
constantly feel the
Mm.
chills, cold at a slightest low temperature, or even every normal day you're constantly wearing the jacket. These are few of the symptoms that I want you people to constantly notice. Okay, let's say you're sad, so then what happens? Your heart aches, because you are constantly feeling the cold from the, outside body, that is extremities, hands and legs, and your body feels cold. However, deep within you constantly have a baggage. Yeah, so this is something that you can constantly see. If you're constantly in love, look at this picture. So here what happens, you're maintaining the fire within, because you're constantly connected to people, and you also burn enough required fat that is stored in your body. So that is where I want each one of you to draw attention to. If you are going through depression, then what happens? You're not actually circulating the blood properly. When your body circulates blood, then is what the absorption of fat or absorption of nutrients happen, right? So these are few of the glimpses that I wanted you to bring awareness to. So when you're feeling envy, what really happens? You are not affecting that person, but you are indirectly impact your own quality of life, because your body is always on the fire. Yeah, and then you suffer, you pay price for someone else's mistake. So if we are, not forgiving someone, then there's a saying that I completely believe in: you drink the poison and you expect someone else to die. Does it ever happen? Yeah, it's funny, but then we constantly practice that every day in our life. Yeah, we are angry about someone, so I am burning on the boil. Is that impacting any other person in any way? That person is even clueless. So you
Mm.
are drinking the poison and you expect someone else to die for it. Let me bring your attention. Only I will die because I drank the poison. So it's all about forgiveness. Is not about forgetting someone else, or letting go someone else. No, it is about you letting go your own emotion. So this deep is our emotional impact on my fitness journey. So until unless I work on all these aspects, I am not hitting on the number that I've decided for myself. Okay, so does it mean that if I hit that number, no, I have achieved the goal? No. So I completely share with you all now. See, before I was struggling to gain weight. Okay, so now I'm gaining weight. Does it mean that I have put on weight? Okay, my number is no longer the same as I was before, but then I have gained my muscle mass because of my consistent practice of working, disciplining,
Mm.
and eating healthy. Yeah, I have built the muscle
Mm.
mass. So that means I am no longer thin. However, I'm
Mm.
more fitter and I weigh more on my weighing scale. So it is
Mm.
not all of it is same. Okay, so I want each one of you to make a register of this, that your number is not deciding on what will tell you that you are fit or unfit. Okay, your health is not decided by that one number. How you feel about yourself, when you wear the same cloth which you are wearing before, how it is fitting. I think we all are perfect in that, right? We stand in front, after wearing every dress, we stand in front of the mirror and look around, right? So when you look around for yourself, what is the mirror telling you? I think that's the best way. And when you feel your muscles, every day when I meet Suchi madam, she keeps saying, "See, my muscle has become so firm. Yeah, my arms have become so firm." That is the great measure which will constantly motivate you to do more. Without that, if we are just standing on the weighing scale and telling, "Oh, this is the number," then I have not met. So then I rather demotivate myself, people. So this is what you have to constantly feel. So that is where you have to set a goal for yourself, that I have to feel good. I have to look good for myself. Yeah. So if those are not the criterias, then the fitness journey is jumps into the pit before it even takes off. ನಾನು ನನ್ನ ಫಿಟ್ನೆಸ್ ಜರ್ನಿ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ ಮುಂಚೆನೆ I will fail. How many of you can relate to this? Yeah. So the only very important aspect that plays a role in a fitness journey is my motivation to myself. It is not someone is doing it, or it is not someone is waiting for me. It is how motivated I am from within to get up and come every day. So if that is demotivated, then nobody in the world can create a fitness journey for you. How many of you can relate to it? Because when I get up from the bed, it's only me who is going to get up myself. ಸೊ ನನ್ನನ್ನ ನಾನು ಬೆಡ್ಡಿಂದ ಎದ್ದಾಳಿಸ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನನ್ನನ್ನ ಯಾರು ಏನು ಮಾಡಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ. because that's the life I lived for 40 plus years. Now ನಾನು ನನ್ನನ್ನ ಬೆಡ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಇಟ್ಕೊಳಲ್ಲ. So that is why I am always up on time. I'm sure each one of you have experienced that, right? So there is a saying very beautifully which goes, until unless I'm willing to help myself, there is no one else who can help me. Yeah. So that is very, very important. When I decide, yes, I need help and I need it now, when I decide that, then the teacher, when the student is ready, teacher appears. How many of you can relate to your journey there? When you are ready, the teacher just stops. You don't know that person. They just drop from the sky. You don't have to feel that, okay, that person dropped from the sky. No, they're always around you. Just that you are not reaching out to them. Yeah? Can you all relate? Because I don't know each one of you personally ever before. But then we're all together doing something great for each one of us. Yeah?
Yeah, I totally relate to that, Rashmi, because to say to what you said, I read once about Swami Vivekananda who says, God helps those who help themselves. Okay, so that is absolutely true because until we decide to help ourselves and do something about ourselves, nothing else can help us because everything else is, yes, emotional support, whatever somebody says may be motivating, but until it is us taking the step. Okay, and they will be around you and you will find them. I think exactly how I got into this program 4 weeks ago. I think to today it is 4 weeks that we spoke about me getting into fitness when I'm ready, because I've never seen your DP. Okay, when I was just looking through some message and I saw your DP, and there it was, holistic fitness and 5 to 6 and 6 to 7. And of course, we have been talking about fitness and things like that. But I think the mind was ready, the body was ready, which has been something which it's always been on my back of my mind to get into this kind of fitness where you're actually happy being the way you are. So I'm a person who's always happy the way I am because I take responsibility for whatever I am. If I'm angry, it is my responsibility. Whatever good, bad, and ugly which happens, it's mine. So if I'm unfit, I have not blamed others for my state of health or whatever, because it is I chose to do or say whatever I said, good, bad, ugly. So I think that is the thing. And finding you, and though I know you for so many years and we have been talking about fitness, I think my mind and my body, like my soul, was ready to start the journey, restart the journey to become healthy in all aspects. I think I just found you there and I said, hey, can we talk about this? And I want to do something about this. And the timing was absolutely fine. 6 to 7 was the time that I can sing, because I still have to work a lot on my sleep because of the choices that I make, the priorities that I choose. And it's always priorities of choosing my family, my loved ones over my sleep. Okay. But I do know that if I have to be totally healthy, I do have to choose my sleep, because the body can't sustain with very limited sleep when you're physically and emotionally, and you're using your mind through the day. The mind needs rest more than the physical need. So I think that's where I still have to work on. And I'm sure next 1 month's time or the next webinar, by then I would have worked out even on my sleep, because I sleep 4 hours and that's not sufficient for the kind of mental work that I give, the physical work that I give. It's not sufficient for me to, with 4 hours of sleep. I still haven't reached that level. I'm sure I will reach that level where I'll feel fresh even after 4 hours of sleep. So I think that's a thing
Wonderful.
that I would like to share from my side.
Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Suchi Madam, for that wonderful, wisdom, because it is all needed. So I want to throw a little light on sleep. See, there are so many people in the world who are capable of sleeping for over 4 hours and then still active through the day. However, we all have to reach that level. It doesn't mean that, okay, I constantly hear people saying that, ನನಗೆ 8 ಗಂಟೆ ನಿದ್ದೆ ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನನಗೆ ಬೆಳಗ್ಗೆ ಎದ್ದು ತಲೆನೋವು ಬರುತ್ತೆ. Have you heard? Yeah. So is it
Mm.
really that? No, I'll tell you. That is a number which is pumped into our mind. See, maybe they told, you have to sleep 8 hours when you are a child, and then we are no longer child. We all know that, but then we still stick to that learning. It is very difficult for us to not learn new things. It is very difficult for each one of us to unlearn what we have learned. Remember this. It is very challenging to unlearn what we have learned in life. So that is where we all have to, focus on. However, bringing back to the sleep, so I where it is very important that we all sleep well. And when we sleep, when I'm saying sleep well, it needs to be on the amount of deep sleep that I get. And it is not about how many hours of sleep we get. So it is very important that I work on the quality of sleep rather than the number of hours of sleep. So when it comes to me, I can sleep 5 to 6 hours in a day and still remain fresh and healthy and active throughout the day. However, I didn't reach at it at one day. No, it didn't happen overnight. It took me many years of practice to be there. Okay, so it is all possible for each one of us to reach there with our consistent practice and active lifestyle and healthy lifestyle, and of course healthy minds. Yeah, without that, without aligning our body, mind, and soul, you know, until unless all the three are in alignment, there is no way, you know, we can feel happy. Of course, happiness comes like a, you know, accidental incident. ಅವಾಗ ಅವಾಗ ನಮಗೆ ಖುಷಿ ಸಿಗತ್ತೆ. Then we also sulk into the our sadness life because we are comfortable being there. We have chosen that knowingly, unknowingly. And we also blame luck, you know, uh, XYZ around us for that. So all these aspects really play a major role. Your sleep is equally important because until unless you're sleeping well, then rejuvenation doesn't happen, rehealing doesn't happen. And let me throw some light here, people. See, it is not also about how many hours we are sleeping. It is what time you are sleeping also play a very important role here. So let me tell you that researchers have proved that your body recovery, rehealing, and rejuvenating happens between 11 o'clock to 3:30. 11 o'clock to 3:30. So if you're not sleeping in this window period, let's say I am sleeping at 2 o'clock. Yeah. So then what happens? The cycle is missed. And because I slept late, if I'm oversleeping, I'll sleep till 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock. Then it is not in any way helping in my recovery. Okay. So it is very important that you discipline I practice. That's the reason I started practicing sleeping early. However, I say I sleep at 9 o'clock, then it gets pushed up to 10 o'clock. So there are days where I sleep, but yesterday I slept at 12 o'clock. So it happens. It doesn't mean that every day sticking to that itself may create a stress in me. So I need to focus is that let me put my sleep back into this cycle, that is 11 to 3:30. If I hear people saying that ನನಗೆ ಬೆಳಿಗ್ಗೆ 5 ಗಂಟೆಗೆ ಎಚ್ಚರ ಆಯ್ತು ಮೇಡಮ್, ಸೊ ನನಗೆ ನಿದ್ದೆ ಸಾಕಾಗ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ. No, so you are not letting yourself feel the real natural cycle. Circadian rhythm, there is something called circadian rhythm, which aligns your body to the nature's system. So that is very important that we fall asleep before 11 o'clock, because now bed ಹೋದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಯಾರು ನಿದ್ದೆ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ until unless we have exhausted that day. Okay, so it takes 30 to 45 minutes to even get into the deep sleep mode. So it is very important that we hit the bed at least by 10. Yeah, I understand. Many days it's practically not possible. That's absolutely fine. So knowing that and practicing that is very important when you're saying how deep you want to recover yourself. Yeah. So you have to remember we can only energize ourselves if we are deep asleep in the time span of 11 to 3:30. Okay. So that's why we also in our ancient practices they have brahmi muhurta which starts at 3:30, so they'll tell you you have to be up, and then we feel it's crazy. Alva. So that is the big goal for me which I'm yet to meet, because my time is 4 o'clock now. So now I have to literally push myself another half an hour by sleeping early. Okay, so now
Mm.
the focus is on sleeping early, which I'm still working on. So these are the aspects that we all have to work on. So now you might be feeling, oh my god, so much I need to do for a fitness journey. I understand, because
Mm.
it took me many many years to understand and work on this. Okay, so now I'm giving everything in a span of 1 hour, and I'll tell you it takes decades for each one of us to practice this. you know so that is when I can achieve the goal of holistic fitness. Holistic fitness where I can be happy in whatever environment I am. Okay, and I can be happy whatever my life circumstances are. Yeah. So okay, is it clear? Any doubts so far? Please shoot your questions. I'm here to answer.
Yeah.
Yes,
One
sure.
one
Yeah.
question I had is,
Mm-hmm.
like, after, like, I'm almost 60, right? So
Mm-hmm.
the protein you should not take high protein, people also say. But
Mm-hmm.
you said the protein is important, right? So how do
Mm.
the balance?
See, it is. See, I'm only talking about the percentage. I'm not saying what is the quantity. So when you're
Mm.
talking about the portion of protein, you're talking
Mm.
in grams. I'm only talking in percentage. See, let's say if you can eat one plate, one
Mm.
small plate of food which is around
Mm.
100 grams. So then
Mm.
when you are eating that food in 100 grams, the
Mm.
amount of protein that you have to take needs to be 50%. Okay, it is not that you have to eat 50 grams. No, in whatever portion you are eating, in that 50% needs to be protein. Yeah, is it clear?
Yeah.
Okay, so then it is irrelevant, what age you are, because we are not even considering. So that's the reason fitness journey becomes very, very important. That I will mute you, Shamala, for a second because a lot of disturbance from your end. Check on your audio. Okay, so it is not that each one's our body needs a very different people. You have to understand that there is no one simple rule, simple formula which fits all. Okay, because see, when I intake protein, then what really happens is I find it very challenging to digest lot of protein for me. Okay,
Mm.
so I understand my needs. See, there are so many people who are lactose intolerant. There are so
Mm.
many people who are allergic to peanuts. So each one's needs are very different. Okay, so who will know? That is only you, by being aware, by being conscious about how your body is responding to what you are putting into your body.
Mm.
We are clueless how my body responds. I just want to stay fit. That never comes true, because see, no fitness formula exists which will tell you no, this is what you need. They'll give
Mm.
you a generalized formula. So it is only me who can decide on that. Is that clear, Jayashri madam? So you
Yeah,
have to
yeah.
understand, you're not taking heavy protein. You're taking whatever food you're eating, in that your focus
Little
needs to be
protein.
on the protein. Yeah.
Understood.
So, okay.
Mm.
Excuse me. So here, what is very important is how much protein your body is willing to digest, because we have harassed our
Mm.
body. We have, not taken really good care of body to, burn these balance our
Calories.
micronutrients
Mm.
and macronutrients over the long period of time. So my
Mm.
body will not immediately adapt. So it's
Mm.
all a process. It's not about doing everything at one go. It is about practicing it every day, one step at a time. So when you start doing that, then you will be able to achieve the goal. Yeah, wonderful. Yes, Shamala, please. Thank you, Rishi madam, for that beautiful question. So it is a yeah. Thank you, Shamala. Yes, please go ahead, Shamala.
ಏನಿಲ್ಲ ಮ್ಯಾಮ್ ನಂಗೆ ಟೈಮ್ ಆಯ್ತು ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಎಕ್ಸಿಟ್ ಆಗೋಣ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದೆ.
ಓಕೆ, ನಿಮ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಆಯ್ತಾ? ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಏನಾದ್ರು ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಇದ್ರೆ ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು ಕಮೆಂಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹಾಕಿ. ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಆಲ್ ಆಫ್ ದಮ್. ಓಕೆ, ಆರ್ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ರೀಚ್ ಔಟ್ ಟು ಮೀ ಪರ್ಸನಲಿ.
ಓಕೆ,
ಓಕೆ
ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಇದು ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಸಿಕ್ಕಿದೆ ಮ್ಯಾಮ್.
ಓಕೆ, wonderful. So all these aspects play a very important role in everybody's fitness journey. However, I just focus on the tape or the weighing scale, which is not helping any one of us. Okay, so wonderful. Thank you. Thank you for your wonderful participation, Shamla. Thank you. Okay, wonderful. So who else has any other questions? Anybody else has any questions?
About the last question
Yeah.
about the emotional part.
Mm-hmm.
As you said, emotions can break you or make you.
Mm-hmm.
So how much ever we try, every time we get up and rise up and come back, right?
Mm-hmm.
But again something hits and again we go down. So
Mm-hmm.
again we start from scratch. So this thing is happening. So this emotion stability or the like they say, oh, the soul has to be very strong. Or
Mm-hmm.
what
Mm-hmm.
is there to work on? Anything specifically to work on for that?
Wonderful, wonderful question, Jayshree madam. So yes, we constantly experience this. Okay, and many people conclude that okay, I want to be emotionless so that
Mm.
I can stay. Okay, so but then let me tell you, we are only humans. We are humans only because of our emotions, nothing else. Right? So no other creature on the planet has the emotions. Of course, cats and dogs can have some. However, they're not up to the level of emotional awareness that we each one of us have, right? Yeah. See, it is the most important talent, the memory and emotions. These are only blessed for us. However, because of lack of awareness to how to use it, we start blaming that only. So, how is memory impacting our life? Memory is impacting our life because we constantly remember our past and then complain about it. Or we want to change something in the past. So we invest a lot of time and energy into that. Yeah. So is memory a bliss or a mess?
Both.
No, it is how I handle it. So I'll give you a simple example. So we all have a knife in the hand. Yeah, we all have a knife in the hand. So is the knife good or bad?
Both. How we
No,
use
it
it. It's how you use
exactly.
it.
So it is the power of the hand that decides that. So if you leave
Yeah,
the knife on the table, it is not doing anything. It is neither good nor
absolutely.
bad. So it is the power of the hand that makes it good or bad. So it is me who makes use of this emotion and plays a role in my life. So this is the same emotion which motivates us, which makes us feel good about ourselves. So it's up to me how I make use of this knife
ये है
that I'm
गलत.
blessed with. Yeah. So that is where you have to choose. Of course, the question is that how do I handle it? So I have to sincerely work on my past, because without working, acknowledging and accepting my past, there is no way that I'll be able to build a strong foundation for my life, future. ನಾನು ಫೌಂಡೇಶನ್ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ತೆಗ್ದಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಾನು ಎಷ್ಟೇ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಬಿಲ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ಕಟ್ಟಿದ್ರೇನು ಅದು ಬಿದ್ದೇ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ. So I have to sincerely work on my foundation. So that is working on my past. So that is where therapy comes into play. I go see, because I cannot talk about all my past in the open space. Yes or no? So I will still have a lot of questions, but then I'm very hesitant to talk about it. When you come one to one, that is where I had, help you to work on those belief system. So when that happens, then you let go a lot of things. So because I didn't like my old self, what happens? I start hating myself for it. So because I'm hating myself, I'm not moving forward. Until unless I love myself, there's nothing that I can achieve in the future. Do you all see that? Yeah. So it is like, drinking poison for my past and then expecting my past to, stay away from my life. It doesn't happen that way. So that is the reason we recommend people, if you're struggling with something that you cannot forgive, then reach out for therapy. It's not necessarily with me. You can reach out to anybody. Seek help. Seek help. I'll tell you, seeking help is the hardest thing for each one of us to do. So we suffer. And let me tell you the difference between pain and suffering. Pain is something that happens at the physical level. I overdid something, then I did a extensive workout, then my body pains. What happens when you give rest? That pain has to go. If you're taking rest, you're doing everything that is needed, and still your pain is retained, then that is suffering. So there is a window period for the pain, and there is no window period for the suffering. So we can all be lifelong sufferers because I have not decided to seek help, because I have not chosen to seek help. So it is your choice whether you want to stay healthy or you want to suffer. Because see, what I have seen is when I'm helping with the thousands and lakhs of people is that, they don't even realize their suffering has become their lifestyle because they don't choose to seek help. Yeah, it need not be people. I was the one person who would always suffer because of XYZ, whatever. Then I chose to seek help and work on myself, my past, my present, and my future, which is what you see, always happy. Yeah, it is possible. When it is possible for me, it is possible for each one of you. Only thing is, I need to be willing to seek that help. So, is it clear? Anybody has any question? Did that answer your question, Jayashree madam?
Yeah, very clear.
Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you for the beautiful question, Jayashree madam. Anybody else has any other question, people? Savita? No question. Okay. Anybody else? Chaitra?
No, no, no.
Okay. Is it clear about fitness journey now? Because I'm sure you're
Yeah.
new
Yeah,
to it and then it
it
was
is.
overloaded with
No,
lot
no,
of
very
info.
clear. It's only that, as you said, willingness to, break the ice and start working on yourself consistently. That is where we struggle.
Mm,
I mean,
wonderful. Thank you. Thank you, Chaitra madam. Yes, Chaitra, please go ahead. You are sharing something.
ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಮುಂಚೆ ಮ್ಯಾಮ್ ಹತ್ರ
Mm,
ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೆ ನಾನು.
mm-hmm,
ಬಟ್ ನಂಗೆ ಟೈಮ್
mm.
ಕಡಿಮೆ ಆಗ್ತಿತ್ತು. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ
Uh-huh.
ಬೆಳಗ್ಗೆ 5 o'clock ಎದ್ದು ಮಕ್ಳಿಗೆಲ್ಲ
Mm, mm,
ಲಂಚು ಬ್ರೇಕ್ಫಾಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದ್ರಲ್ಲೇ ಟೈಮ್ ಆಗಿ ಹೋಗ್ತಿತ್ತು. ಬಟ್
mm-hmm,
ಇನ್ ಬಿಟ್ವೀನ್ ಅಲ್ಲೇ ನಾನು ಟೈಮ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ.
mm-hmm.
ಅದೇ ಇದನ್ನೇ ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂ ಮಾಡೋಣ ಅಂತ.
Wonderful. Congratulations to you, Chaitra, for starting this wonderful journey because this is all we need. So even
ಓಕೆ
ನಾನು
ಓಕೆ.
ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ನನ್ನ ಲೈಫಲ್ಲಿ ಈಸಿಯಾಗಿ ಐ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಸ್ಟೇ ಹ್ಯಾಪಿ. Thank you.
ಯಾ ಯಾ.
Thank you. Wonderful. Welcome to you for the club.
ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು.
Okay. Anybody else has anything to share or anything to? ಸುಮಾ ಮೇಡಮ್ ಏನಾದ್ರು ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕಾ?
ಇಲ್ಲ ಏನಿಲ್ಲ 2 ವರ್ಷದಿಂದ ಈ ಹೋಲಿಸ್ಟಿಕ್ ಫ್ಯಾಮಿಲಿಲಿ ಇದ್ದು ನಾನು ತುಂಬಾ ಹ್ಯಾಪಿ ಆಗಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಸೊ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಕನ್ಸಿಸ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಬನ್ನಿ, ಮತ್ತೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ವೆಬಿನಾರ್ಸಿಗೂ ಅಟೆಂಡ್ ಆಗಿ. ನಮ್ಗೆ ತುಂಬಾ ತಲೆಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಅದರಿಂದನೇ ಹ್ಯಾಪಿ ಆಗಿರ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂತ ನನ್ನ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೀರಿಯನ್ಸ್ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ.
Kandida, wonderful. Thank you. I mean, big round of applause for your consistency, Suma madam, because it is not easy being what she is. She's very humble, and it doesn't come easy to learn at that age. ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಸೊ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಬಿಡು ನಾನು ಇಷ್ಟು ವಯಸ್ಸಾಯ್ತು ನನ್ಗೆಲ್ಲ ಗೊತ್ತು ಅನ್ನೋ ಆಟಿಟ್ಯೂಡ್ ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ನನ್ಗೂ ಇತ್ತು. ಸೊ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ couple of few pillars here who constantly motivate me to learn, because my tagline is student for life, and that will stay with me forever. ನಾನು ಕೋಲ್ ಹಿಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಅಜ್ಜಿ ತರ ಕಷ್ಟಪಟ್ಟು ಓಡಾಡಿದ್ರೇನೋ ಐ ಸ್ಟಿಲ್ ವಾಂಟ್ ಟು ಲರ್ನ್. ಸೊ ವೆನ್ ಐ ಬಿಕಮ್ ದಟ್, then there's always something that to look forward in life. So there is a brighter future for all of us, only if I go with a motive that I have so much to learn. So adu tumba important. A big round of applause for you, Suma madam, because knowing you over the last 2 years has been a wonderful journey for myself. Thank you for teaching me so much more in life. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, anybody else wants to share anything else? Any inputs or any of your sharing being in the fitness journey is also welcome. Anybody else? Savita, ಹೇಳಿ.
ನಾನು ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಬಂದಿರೋದು, ಬಟ್ ನಾನು ಎಕ್ಸಸೈಜಿಗೆ ಅಂತಾನೆ ಬಂದಿರೋದು. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಈ ತರ ಮೆಂಟಲಿ ನಾನು ಎಷ್ಟು ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಂಗ್ ಆಗ್ತೀನಿ, ಸ್ಟ್ರೆಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಇಷ್ಟು ಕಡಿಮೆ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ನಾನು ನಿಜವಾಗ್ಲೂ ಬಂದಿರಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಬಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಮೆಂಟಲಿ ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಂಗ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದೀನಿ, ಇಮೋಷನಲಿ ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಂಗ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದೀನಿ, ಮತ್ತೆ ಸ್ಟ್ರೆಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ತುಂಬಾ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಆಗಿದೆ, ಮತ್ತೆ ಫಿಸಿಕಲಿ ಫಿಟ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ತುಂಬಾ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಇತ್ತು ಬಾಡಿಯಲ್ಲಿ, ಎಲ್ಲ ಆಲ್ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಅದೇ ತುಂಬಾ ಹೆಮ್ಮೆಯಿಂದ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ. ಬಟ್ ಅದೇ ಎಕ್ಸಸೈಸಿಗೆ ಅಂತ ಬಂದಿರೋದು, ಬಟ್ ಎಲ್ಲಾನು ಫಿಸಿಕಲಿ ಮೆಂಟಲಿ ತುಂಬಾ ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಂಗ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದೀನಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದ್ಮೇಲೆ.
Wonderful. Thank you for that sharing, Savita. Savita is one of our most sincere student. ದಿನ ಬೆಳಗ್ಗೆ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಅವರೇ ಬರೋದು, ಎವ್ರಿ ಡೇ, ವೆದರ್ ಶಿ ಇಸ್ ಟ್ರಾವೆಲಿಂಗ್, ವೇರ್ ಎವರ್ ಶಿ ಇಸ್. ಅಂಡ್ ದೆನ್ ವಿ ಆಲ್ವೇಸ್ ಬಿಲೀವ್. ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ಫಾರ್ ದಟ್ ಓಪನ್ ಅಕ್ನಾಲೇಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್, ಸವಿತಾ. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ನಾವ್ ಅನ್ಕೊಂತೀವಿ ನಾನು ವರ್ಕೌಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ನಾನು ಫಿಟ್ ಆಗ್ಬಿಡ್ತೀನಿ ಲೈಫ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ, ಇನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಸರಿ ಹೋಗತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ. ಆದ್ರೆ ವಿ ಆಲ್ ಬ್ಯಾಟಲ್ ಲಾಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಮೆಂಟಲ್ ಚಾಲೆಂಜಸ್. ಸೊ ಅದನ್ನ ನಾನು ವರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಫಿಟ್ನೆಸ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಬಿಗಿನಿಂಗ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಜರ್ನಿ. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ವೇರ್ ಐ ವಾಂಟ್ ಈಚ್ ಒನ್ ಆಫ್ ಯು ಟು ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ನನ್ನ weight is a reflection of my mental health, physical health, and my emotional health. So I cannot just jump into correcting my weight if I'm until unless I work on my emotions, mindset, and diet, and my physical activity. So beautiful. Thank you for sharing your success with us, Savita. And she's been here almost a year right now. Yeah,
8 months
8
complete.
months. Wonderful. So she is someone who always felt that I'm constantly stressed, alva. So but then we still feel that, oh, I have to do something for my body. However, we hardly understand that there is a need for our mind, which is more important than the physical health. So once I personally feel and experience that if I'm working on my inner self, then lot of ripple effects can happen at the outside world. How many of you can relate to that? Once you start feeling good from within, then the outside world becomes automatically beautiful, even though
Yeah,
you are
yeah,
living in the same world. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
So wonderful.
Everything is very, very nice. Even a small incident makes you so happy.
Wonderful.
Yeah. And
Wonderful.
other way around also, when you're upset, you don't want anything.
Wonderful. So this is where I want each one of you to bring attention to, is that
Mm.
work on your inner self, then the outer self automatically becomes beautiful. So what we see outside is that they constantly work at your outside. They make you sweat, they make you lift kgs and kgs. But then what happens? You're failing to work at your inner self. Then it is only short lived progress. However,
Mm.
when you start working at your inner self, your progress continues for lifetime. That is what I'm sure each one of you have experienced being part of the holistic fitness journey, right?
Hmm.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So can
Hmm.
anybody, that's what Savita meant to share here, that
Hmm.
that's the reason we say no. We work at your body, we work at your mind, we work at your soul. So that is where we continue to practice lot of things in the span of 1 hour. Yeah, it is
Hmm.
not
Hmm.
just about the number, it is not just about the measurement, or it's not just about the inches. It is lot more behind that number, people. So once you understand and accept that, then you will achieve a sustainable success in terms of fitness journey. So when you are able to achieve in the fitness journey, then you can be successful in every aspect of your life. I'm sure you have seen my life journey over the last couple of years, and people are surprised, how is that you are able to do so many things. And I'll tell you, I still waste lot of time. I watch loads of movies, and I do a lot of other things which are more fun for me, and I'm still left with lot more time in hand. So it is practically possible for each one of us to do that, only if
Hmm.
I'm willing to work at my inner self, and discipline, consistent dedication. We are not sitting and overthinking and wasting time. So there is lot more time left in our hand to productively enjoy and have fun. Make sense? Yeah.
Yes.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Thank you. Anybody
And
else
we
want
should,
to share anything?
one last question. Even for the small things, you should be happy in life, right?
Mm,
Sometimes we feel that, okay, it is just okay. I mean, uh, that is not right. I mean, I feel sometimes, being grateful is another thing, but
mm,
enjoying small, small things is very important in life.
mm.
Sometimes it doesn't happen. Like,
Yeah.
okay,
I
so that,
understand that. That's where I talk about mindset. Mindset is
mm,
what is very important. That
yeah.
how
Mm,
how I look at the life around me. So
mm,
that is
mm,
only
mm.
possible when I look at the life within well.
Yes.
Okay, so when I start treating myself well, then everything around me I treat well. What we
Mm,
do is we start cleaning the street, and we complain about the street having dirty things, or everything thrown around. But then I feel that there's lot of dirt that you have carrying within you, me.
yeah,
So
yeah,
that's why anything I look at, only I spot on the dirty things. So
you're
I
right.
have to start working on the cleansing myself from within. So then what happens?
Mm,
Everything around me becomes start looking beautiful.
true.
Yeah.
Mm,
So this
yeah,
is where I work at the mindset. That's the reason we do affirmations every day.
yeah. No, that
Guided
really helps.
meditation. Yeah.
That really helps because self love is something consistently I'm learning from your classes. I mean, it was neglected. I mean, basically.
Wonderful. Thank you, Jaishri Madam, for that sharing. Thank you. Means a lot. Thank you. Anybody else?
I
Yeah.
just
Yes, ma'am.
I used to do something like this, which I actually have stopped, but I remember now and was saying that
Mm-hmm.
look at yourself in the mirror, make
Mm-hmm.
eye contact with yourself and say, I love you.
Mm-hmm.
That's a beautiful exercise which makes you smile and say, I
Mm-hmm.
love you. Just look at your mirror and look at
Mm-hmm.
yourself and say, I love you. You love you. I love you with whatever you are, with
Mm,
all the anger, the frustration, and everything, but you still love
mm,
yourself because you are the way you are, right? And if we acknowledge what we are, then it's always nice that we can, that's just, I would say, a place where you
starting.
can start looking and working on yourself.
Mm,
The other thing
Agree. I
which
understand. Yeah.
always makes me is to have something called as a self image. Like
mm,
you have feel that, like if we look at videos where our own wedding videos,
mm,
photographs and things like that. We say, why did they take a picture like this? My expression is like this. So I always think that if we always have constantly a thought that we are being videotaped, we are being filmed, and how we want to look on that film.
mm,
Okay, how do I want to be portrayed in that film? If
Mm,
that is an awareness which one can create, and which sort of makes it a conscious effort initially, but then it becomes a habit, right? So if you make a conscious effort that somebody is videotaping you and how I want to look, I think we work a lot on ourselves to portray ourselves in the best possible manner. And when you keep
Mm.
doing it consciously, over a period of time, it becomes a habit. So you're only bringing the best out of you. And when you work at bringing the best out of your own self, it becomes habit. So you don't bring the worst at all. Like you just get out of all of that and constantly work at getting the best out of you. So these are two
Wonderful,
things which
wonderful.
I think we
Thank you.
should enhance.
Yeah.
Think.
So this is the aspect that we work in our, 6 months journey called holistic transformed you. So where we constantly work at a person's, because initially we are struggling to get the discipline and consistency. Until unless we have these two aspects, going to the next level itself may be a big challenge for all of us. So thank you, Suchi madam. Yes, that will also follow once we work. So when we say mindset, we work at the emotional aspect and all the other aspects, then we also go deeper into that, and we have developed a program particularly to work on each of these aspects of our life, because sustainability is what we are looking at in the fitness journey. So it is not, when I say fitness, people have to remember that it's about body, mind and soul that I work with. I don't work with just the number or the inches or uh, all the superficial. No, it is not skin deep. So that is what I want each one of you to bring attention to, that fitness is not just skin deep, it is much more deeper than that. So your body is a reflection of you from within. So when you start remembering that, so you will start working on the inner self, so that your outer self starts becoming better and feels good about yourself. So that inside out is the easiest and sustainable way, in my understanding of so many decades of learning. So that is where I hand out people. Of course, you might be disappointed that initially you are not seeing the results. I'll tell you, everything takes time. Only 2 minutes Maggie can happen. However, is Maggie healthy? Anything that comes quick is very short lived. Okay, so there is only staircase to success. There is no escalator to success. So you have to take one step at a time, and that's how we all will reach goals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One
So
more
there is
thing I've
no short.
realized.
Yeah, please go ahead, Yashima.
One more thing I've realized is you just keep doing. Don't keep on thinking "Ki what will happen, what is happening, what is. Then it was really like I joined for maybe 3 months. I did not think what is happening. Now I'm automatically feeling. So when we constantly think about the goal, like they say no karma kiye ja phal ki chinta mat kar. So if I keep on thinking what is going to happen, whether I'm going to improve, or then it is not working. I just forget and I do. And then it was. I mean, my experience.
Wonderful. Thank you, Jayshree madam, for that experience sharing. Because see, when we are constantly focused on when am I reaching the goal, then I'm missing the fun of the journey. So that's what I keep telling people, that you be completely in the process. The results will automatically happen. You don't have to chase the results. When you start chasing the results, then only stress comes in your life, nothing else, no result. Okay, it's only the stress that comes in. So focus on what you're doing. So we feel that I want to get a gold medal. So then what happens if you're not enjoying the process? When you have the gold medal in hand, you have nobody around you, and you feel that you don't remember what else you did in your life. So does it mean that I'm telling you not to win the gold medal? No, you have to win, but then you have to be inclusive. You cannot say, my goal is only that, so I will only focus on that. So all the other aspects are also equally important. So that is where the fitness journey also. See, you can say, okay, this is my number, so I'm going to hit the number. You might hit it, but then how long you stay decides on how happy you are in the process. Because the minute you hit that number, you have nothing else to look forward to. So then you end up eating emotional eating. Oh, I am left with no one. There's nothing else left with my life. Yeah. So this is where. So it needs to be holistic so that it can be sustainable. So that is where I want each one of you to focus and practice. So as Jayashree Madam said, it is not just about the goal. It is about the process. If you are focusing on every day, focus on the small little tiny things. That is where your success is. Yeah, if you focus on that big thing, you're neither going nor you're enjoying the small things in life. Yeah. So that is where I want to conclude this session. Hope everybody's questions are answered. Anybody has anything else to share? You know, the space is open.
Yeah. Actually, I was a person who was very lazy, and Rashmi was always telling you have to do the workout and get up early and do your work. But I was always telling, no, 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 it is not possible for me. But nowadays, I am getting up at 4 o'clock without the alarm. Also, I am not. Uh, Sometimes I will not put the alarm. Also, even Sundays also I will get up early without alarm. So from this holistic fitness club, I learned about the time management and emotionally management, and I will not get stress also. So now I am leading a very happy life with the whole family. Not only I was happy, I am leading a happy life with the family. That is the great thing. And in this club, we have a group discussions, and we will share our feelings. So we will be happy with all the uh, tribe. So that's the great thing. What I feel.
Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you.
Wonderful.
Thank you, Dr. Vanishri, for that wonderful
Thank you.
Thank
sharing.
you so much.
Thank
Thank.
you. Thank you. So, thank you, everyone. Have a great day ahead. We will meet with
Yeah.
more learning, more sharing to come. So, thank you. Thank you so much. Have a
Thank
great
Thank
you.
you.
Bye.
Thank
Thank you.
you.
Yeah.
Have a
Thank you.
great
Thank
day,
you.
Happy
everybody.
Pongal to all of you.
Yeah,
Happy
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 Sankranti.
Pongal to
Sankranti. Yeah.
all of you. See,
Yeah, Prati.
thank you. Thank you. Have a great festivity. So, by the
Yes.
next Pongal, we are all going to be more fitter, more happier, and more
Happy, healthy,
glowing.
and wise.
Yeah,
Happy,
wonderful.
healthy, and wise. Yeah, wiser.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you. Have a great day. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank
Thank
Have a great day. Bye
you.
bye.
Bye bye. Thank you.